Thank you. Just Bochamp? Just Bochamp? All right, ladies and gentlemen, please take your seats. Good afternoon. I'd like to welcome you to our recognition luncheon that's sponsored by Palo Alto Networks. At this point, would you please rise for the singing of our national anthem by Master Sergeant Julie Bradley.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Master Sergeant Bradley, thank you for that wonderful rendition of our national anthem. Please remain standing while Chaplain Colonel Kelly Moore, Command Chaplain from NORAD Northcom, gives the invocation. Chaplain Moore.
I invite you to pray with me now. Lord, today I give thanks for the unique relationship that exists in our country between our military and civilian communities. We work in different cultures, wear different clothing, have different hairstyles, but we share the same values, serve the same people, and support the same nation. So, Lord, remind us how a spirit of teamwork, cooperation, and unity can accomplish much. Indeed, your word tells us, behold, how good and pleasant it is when we're able to dwell in unity. Lord, I thank you for this symposium which brings together the unique world of cyber, which encompasses such a vast set of unique characteristics to meet a volatile, so complex and challenging world. I thank you for those that you have given the intellect and creativity to think beyond what most of us can imagine. And as this symposium brings together both the creators, the innovators, and users of technology, use this time for friendships to grow, our appreciation for one another to deepen, as we rely on one another to accomplish our common purposes. Now bless the food we're about to enjoy and the bonds we forge as we share this time together. I pray in your most holy name, amen.
Thank you, Chaplain Moore. Ladies and gentlemen, please take your seats. While you begin eating your meal, I'd like to introduce some distinguished guests that we have with us today. Please hold your applause till the end. At the head table number 1, Vice Admiral Nancy Norton, Director of DISA. Mr. Bill Marion, Deputy CIO for the Air Force. Major General Paul Maas, U.S. Cybercom National Guard. Mr. Rick Howard, Palo Alto Networks. Mr. Tyson Thielman, Palo Alto Networks. Mr. Gordon Hanna, Deloitte. Mr. Ryan Roberts, Deloitte. Colonel Retired Bob Wright, Rocky Mountain FC Chapter President. And Lieutenant Colonel Retired Vanessa Johnson, RMCS 19 Chairman. At head table number 2, we have Brigadier General Michelle Hayworth, 24th Air Force CB. Brigadier General Jill Lannon, SAF CIO. Brigadier General Charles Jeffries, UCC J3MA, Mr. Andrew Gomer, DISA, Mr. Roger Greenwell, DISA, Mr. Frank Gruen, Palo Alto Networks, Mr. Paul Ryan, Palo Alto Networks, Lieutenant General Retired Jim Soligan, Deloitte, and Mr. Paul Young, Deloitte, and Lieutenant General Retired Bob Shea, AFCEA International President. Let's give him a round of applause. As you guys start eating, we'd like to take a few minutes as well to recognize all the sponsors that made this event possible. Without their support, and I mean really cash and in-kind sponsorships, we couldn't do something like this. More importantly, Rocky Mountain Chapter is all about giving back to the community and really fostering and sponsoring those STEM education scholarships, grants, and support within the community. So what I'd like to do is just take an opportunity to kind of go through our sponsor categories and list each sponsor by name, and anybody that's representing those companies, please feel free to stand up whenever we say your company. So we'll start with our bronze sponsors. That's American Systems, Zavaro, and TACG. Our silver sponsors include CrowdStrike, BAH, Fortinet, Northrop Grumman Mission Systems, KPMG, Ironbow, Google Cloud, Exabeam, SAIC, and VMware. Our gold sponsor is Valdez. Our platinum sponsors are HPE and Intel, Cisco, General Dynamics IT. Our diamond sponsors, and we had quite a few this year, thank you very much. Norseman Defense Technologies, AT&T, Verizon, Palo Alto Networks, Sevco, Forescout and Carahsoft, FCN, Jacobs, Microsoft, Perspecta, and Technica. Let's give those a round of applause. Last but not least, I'd like to recognize Deloitte, who not only is a presenting sponsor again this year, but it's also sponsoring a Capture the Flag event over at the exhibit hall. So whenever you guys get a chance to run by there tomorrow and watch all of the teams competing, I think you'll really enjoy that particular event over there. So between the sponsors, exhibitors, attendees, this May we'll once again be able to give over $100,000 in college STEM scholarships, STEM teacher grants, and science fair sponsorships. So, outstanding. So at this point, we have a few minutes. Please enjoy your lunch, and we'll be back shortly with the keynote speaker. Thank you very much. Amen.